Hi everyone, I'm Julie Shafer, and this is my capstone project titled Bottles to Behavior Evaluating Refill Station Use at the UW. Single-use plastics remain a major environmental problem worldwide, and bottled water contributes heavily to plastic waste, greenhouse gas emissions, and pollution, using up to 2,000 times more energy than municipal tap water. And because of these impacts, universities like UW have invested in water bottle refill stations as a sustainability solution intended to reduce reliance on single-use plastics. But refill stations alone do not automatically create sustainable behavior. Research shows that people may still choose bottled water because of convenience, visibility, trust, maintenance concerns, or everyday habits. Therefore, this project looks at how campus users and their attitudes toward refill stations influence whether those stations are actually being used. Which brings me to the main question I was trying to answer, which is what perceptions influence refill station use at UW? This project was completed through an internship with UW Sustainability, where one of the main goals was creating a verified refill station inventory across the UW Seattle campus, since UW previously did not have a complete or verified or updated database. To do this, I contacted building coordinators and used ArcGIS field maps to document refill station information across 63 campus buildings, including building and floor location, station type, and photo documentation. I also designed and distributed a survey through outreach and QR codes around campus with 75 respondents focusing on refill station awareness, water quality perceptions, motivations, and barriers to refill station use. Starting off the results section, trust, especially around maintenance and water quality, emerged as a major theme. Overall, perceptions of UW refill stations were generally positive, with about 65% of respondents rating the safety and quality positively. However, many respondents still expressed uncertainty regarding maintenance and cleanliness. 15 respondents specifically said better maintenance or faster filter changes would make them more likely to use refill stations. And some people suggested visible indicators showing when a station was last cleaned or serviced. During site visits, I also observed major differences in refill station condition across campus. Some stations appeared modern, clean, and highly visible, while others appeared older or less maintained. These results suggest that infrastructure condition influences confidence in sustainability systems. Another major finding was that refill stations cannot effectively support sustainable behavior if users cannot easily locate or access them. Although 62% of respondents agreed that stations were easy to find, the most reported barriers overall were visibility and signage. 18 respondents specifically said stations were hard to find or poorly marked, and multiple respondents requested better signage or a public refill station map. During field mapping, I also noticed that some stations were placed in low visibility hallways or less frequently used floors, especially in the older academic buildings. So these findings show how even small inconveniences can disrupt sustainable behavior. Another major conclusion from this project is that strong pro-environmental attitudes do not always translate into consistent sustainable behavior. The strongest motivations for refill station use were sustainability, convenience, and access to free water. Most respondents regularly carried reusable water bottles, with 67 people saying they carried one daily or several days per week. But fewer respondents actually refilled them consistently, with only 43 people saying they refill their bottles almost every day. Very few respondents actually preferred bottled water. Instead, the biggest barriers were things like visibility or maintenance concerns, showing that the issue is less about opposition to sustainability and more about how these systems fit into everyday life. Overall, this project suggests that refill stations function not only as sustainability infrastructure systems, but also behavioral intervention systems shaped by visibility, convenience, trust, maintenance, and communication. Based on these findings, the main recommendations include improving accessibility, maintenance transparency, and sustainability communication. More broadly, this project shifts the conversation away from simply asking whether sustainability systems exist and more towards understanding how these systems are actually experienced in everyday life. Finally, I'd like to thank my site supervisor, my faculty advisor, and all of my friends and family that supported me throughout my capstone. Thank you so much for listening.